Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Some say that North Korea may be less likely to risk selling nuclear weapons or weapon qualities of fissile material than nuclear technology or less sensitive equipment to other countries, in part because it needs its limited fissile material for its own deterrent. Some believe that's possible. I'm not sure that that's something I believe, but I want to throw that out there. However, that the North might find nuclear weapons or fissile material transfer more feasible if its stockpile is large enough or it faces an extreme economic crisis where the potentially huge revenue from such a sale could help the country survive. So my question is, what is the current estimate of North Korea's stockpile, and how satisfied are they with what they have? Anybody have any ideas on that? Ms. Rosette?
China gave that estimate that by next year they could have 40 nuclear warheads. They had enough for that. We also know from sources such as David Albright's think tank here in Washington, ISIS, not the terrorist group, that the size that can be seen of the uranium enrichment plant at the Yongbyon nuclear complex has at least doubled since they unveiled it in 2010. Remember that they denied even having that for years. Finally then displayed it to an American nuclear physicist. Now it's been expanding. U.S. officials suspect there are additional hidden facilities. So it's quite substantial. And if I may also just address the different plutonium and uranium tracks, the reason that North Korea began with plutonium is the Soviets built them a reactor, which they then disregarded the NPT on, and they had spent fuel, which the agreed framework let them keep. Meanwhile, in the 90s, they were also hosting AQ Khan of Pakistan's AQ Khan network, of which Iran was a member as well. So they actually pursued both tracks from the beginning. And this is just what you've seen Iran doing. You can argue that the Arak heavy water reactor is now going to be filled up with cement. But you've seen the two countries actually, as quickly as they could, each in their own way, pursuing these. And from China's estimate, from estimates we've had in past years, from the signs of activity, you have to consider that North Korea probably has a substantial quantity, and you need to ask the following question: what for? How many nuclear warheads could North Korea use before it was hit? So anything extra you're seeing is for what? Bragging rights for sale? One more thing, danger of bragging rights. This isn't about protecting your country. This is about sustaining your regime for both Iran and North Korea. That's what these weapons are for. And that is why they're going to go after them. It's not so, Iran, this is all about a commercial nuclear program for Iran. This has been the most elaborate wind-up in human history to a civilian power project, okay? And no, what they want are the weapons. North Korea has been going after them. I would look at China's estimate with some suspicion. It's China. But when China is saying to American nuclear scientists they can have 40 warheads by next year, you should be concerned.
Well, I don't even think the administration is advocating that this is for peaceful nuclear purposes. I mean, this is a country that is probably more awash in oil and gas than any other. I think anybody that's that naive to believe that they were actually creating this nuclear program for peaceful purposes it deserves the award of the month or the award of the year.
If I may,
yeah.
in the JCPOA, Iran reaffirms that it never will seek a nuclear weapon. In other words, it lies in the JCPOA. So if you're concerned about cheating, it should concern you from the beginning that it includes clear lies by the Iranian regime from the get-go. That is also just one other thing on the procurement networks. North Korea has road-mobile KN-08 intercontinental ballistic missiles. That is what our military has been warning about. Okay, they think that these things are actually usable. Where did North Korea get the vehicles? They were sold by China, the Hubei Sanjiang Space Vehicle Company. And when they were caught, because North Korea paraded them in 2012, China said, oops, we thought they were for use in logging. We sent them thinking they would be used as lumber trucks. I submit to you, beware the similar things going on with Iran. And on the procurement channel, it operates under complete confidentiality. If you liked oil for food, you will love the UN, the procurement channel, the E3, the P5+1 procurement channel for Iran's nuclear program. I'm not even sure Congress will be able to see what's being approved through that. Thank you.
Thank you. I see I've run out of time.